According to the symbol of the spiral in connection with the path or the Buddhist way, I have problems to see any development in human evolution or human history. Like, for example, today people kill each other as well as 2,500 years ago. And even in old Buddhist countries, or most of the third world countries, the tendency is that to copy Western lifestyle. So sometimes I doubt that there is changing in human behavior in general, and I don't know if it makes sense, except for myself and other people who try to live the Dharma, to be involved in a Buddhist order. Well, I think we need to go back here to the distinction between the lower evolution and the higher evolution. The lower evolution is collective. The higher evolution is individual. So there's no collective development in human evolution. And the question is mainly about development in human evolution. There's no collective development in human evolution. In human evolution, distinctively human development or evolution is an individual matter. So we don't see any, as it were, cumulative advance. We see a cumulative advance, say, where material civilization is concerned, where technology is concerned, but you can't have a cumulative advance, as it were, collectively in a spiritual sense. You can't even have it in connection with the arts. It's been often remarked that, say, the poetry of 2,500 years ago is at least as good as the poetry being written nowadays. There's not been any advance, because poetry is written by individuals. There's no question of a cumulative, collective advance, as there is, for instance, in science, where one bit of knowledge is added to another. And it's also been noticed that, say, in the field of philosophy, you can't say that a 20th century philosopher, because he's in the 20th century AD and not in the 5th century BC, is a greater philosopher than, say, was Plato or Aristotle. So there's no collective development in these areas here. Any development is individual. So you can't look for a collective ethical development. I think the group is always unethical. It's only individuals who can be ethical, only individuals who can lead spiritual lives. So 2,500 years ago there were individuals leading spiritual lives. Nowadays there are individuals leading spiritual lives. But I think the general ethical level of society is pretty much the same. The Athenians, who were very cultured people, committed massacres. And nowadays, we have the same sort of collective phenomenon. Collectively, things haven't changed. It's only individuals who can change in that sort of way. The great difference nowadays is that due to the advances of science, the group or the individual, in the sense of the group member, has at their disposal been quite terrifying weapons of mass destruction, which were not available earlier on. But the ethical level is unchanged, and that's why we're able to do far more damage than we were previously.